Hi guys, my name is Joa. Welcome to my channel, Mothering in Style, where I share my love for fashion and beauty and bring you along on my motherhood journey. So today's video is about how to dress with confidence when your body's changed. And this is a video that I just really wanted to make to really just help anyone out there who's kind of going through the same things that I feel like I've gone through over the past year. As we grow up, as we age, like there's so many different reasons and so many different ways in which our bodies change, and whether that's due to like medication, illness, so many things that can happen. For me, it was having a baby. My daughter Eden is now 16 months old. So she's not a newborn anymore, but I still feel like I'm adjusting to kind of like my new body after having a baby. And there's, as much as you know with that, with pregnancy and everything else, you know that your body's going to change and it's not necessarily going to be the same. I still don't think anything can actually prepare you for kind of just seeing yourself in a completely different way after you've had a baby. And for me, that process was quite hard, just to see myself in a totally different way. And I think all other changes can be quite gradual, but that one is quite immediate. The pregnancy is gradual, but then after you have the baby, it's like straight away you're like, okay, there's no baby here, but like the belly's still here, the boobs aren't looking the same, everything else. So one of the ways that I really feel like helped me was kind of just changing some of the things that I wore or dressing a certain way just made me feel more confident, and that's one of the things that I wanted to talk about today. So I've got 4 tips for dressing with confidence when your body has changed. If I'm looking down, it's just because I've got notes. And I just want to make sure that I cover everything that I've been thinking about. So my number 1 tip for dressing with confidence when your body has changed is to wear the right size. I think that seems really obvious. And it seems like a given, but I think it's something that all of us can struggle with. And I think it's really important to get away from really thinking about what that number says or what that size is on a label. The size doesn't mean anything. What matters is how you feel when you're wearing it. It matters that you're comfortable. It matters that it actually fits you properly. And I think everyone would agree that everyone looks better when they're wearing the right size over squeezing into something that no longer fits them. And I think we all have those things that we don't want to let go of because it's something that we loved or something that we know that we used to look amazing in. But sometimes, girl, you gotta let it go. Like sometimes there's things that we just have to just think, that doesn't fit anymore, we're moving on, buy new clothes. And just let those things go. So don't worry about, I'm normally a size 10 and this top's a size 14. I think even with, at the moment, there's so much of like an oversized trend coming through as well, and everyone's kind of preferring their clothes like looser, more relaxed. I just think don't worry about what that label says. What matters is how you feel when you're wearing it, and that you feel and you look good. Okay, so tip number 2 for dressing with confidence when your body has changed is to flatter your flaws. And I really had to think about the wording of this, and I didn't want to use the word flaws, but I like the alliteration, and so just go with me here. But this is really about just those areas of your body that you're not as confident about. That's fine. I think we all have parts of our body that we don't feel confident about, and I actually think that's okay, and some people might disagree with that, but as long as that, I think what's not okay is if that thing is holding you back or making you feel like you can't wear certain things or do certain things or accomplish certain things, then that's a problem. But having parts of your body that you like more than others, I think is natural, and I think that's okay. What you can do to combat that is how you dress to kind of accommodate it. So I would just say wear things that make you feel comfortable about that part of your body that you might not be as confident about. So for me, that's my stomach. To be honest, since before I had a baby, I've never liked my tummy, and to be honest, I look back at pictures and I'm like, what were you thinking? But since after having a baby, obviously even more, that's what I would consider to be the area of my body that I don't feel as comfortable with. So I love wearing high-waisted jeans, high-waisted skirts, high-waisted trousers, everything that just makes me feel really kind of tucked in, secure, and I don't have to feel like really conscious of my stomach showing in things. So that's something that I'm quite aware of when I'm shopping or when I'm putting outfits together, that's an area that, you know, I like wearing a belt that cinches me in. I like having a bit of waist focus without it focusing on my actual tummy. So that's how I would combat that. It could be that if you feel like you don't like your arms, it could be wearing a sleeve. Wearing a flutter sleeve is always really flattering on different arm shapes as well. And it can also just be like, say, your height. If you feel like you don't have long legs, it could be wearing particular trousers, things like that. But really just wearing something that part of your body that you're not as confident about, when you wear that item of clothing, it makes you feel a lot more confident about it. That would definitely be my second tip. So tip number 3 for dressing with confidence when your body has changed is to flaunt your best bits. So this is really about that part of your body that you love, or those parts, plural, of your body that you love, is to really kind of flaunt and accentuate those parts of your body. And I don't think that is necessarily about, oh, I love my boobs, so they have to be like out all the time or showing loads of cleavage. It's not necessarily about that, but it's really just about wearing clothes that accentuate and make the most of that area. So for me, that's my legs. I think I've got nice legs. I think I've always had nice legs, and I'm quite tall, so I've got quite long legs. So I like wearing like skirts, shorts, even like leggings or like slimmer cut trousers and jeans. I find quite flattering on my body shape because it accentuates the fact that I've got long legs. I mean, there are other clothes that I feel like I can't necessarily wear because I feel like it makes me look quite disproportionate. But it's really about focusing on those areas that you love. Really flaunt that, whether it's a really nice neckline on a blouse that you feel is like flattering on your chest, or even your collarbone area, that can look gorgeous in really cut out tops. But whatever it is that makes you feel confident, makes you feel like your best self, really flaunt that part of your body within your outfit, and I think that just makes you feel overall a lot more confident. My 4th and final tip for dressing with confidence when your body has changed is to wear what makes you feel happy. And this is a really, I guess it's like that whole Marie Kondo thing of, does this thing bring you joy? And I just believe that like fashion is a way of expressing yourself, it's a way of being creative, and it's really a way of making yourself feel good. And that is the reason why I love fashion, is because I feel like if I put on a good outfit, I can face anything. If I know that I look good, it makes me feel good, it makes me do better. I really believe that. And you know, at work, if I've got a meeting that I'm nervous about or something like that, I always felt like if I put on a great outfit, I'm going in there with my head held high, no one can tell me nothing, I'm feeling good about myself. So definitely wear what makes you feel happy, whether that's an amazing statement coat, a gorgeous bag, jewellery. I really feel like putting on nice jewellery just makes me feel really feminine and makes me feel really good about myself. Anything it is that really kind of just brings you joy. And I think also within that, it means you don't have to follow whatever's most trendy or whatever people are wearing at that time. It's really about what makes you feel comfortable, what makes you feel good about yourself, what when you put it on just makes you feel like overall happier. And if you're putting things on that are making you feel like, oh, I need to lose weight, or I'm too short, I'm too tall, like those are not the things that you need to be wearing. So let's get rid of those, and let's just put on the things that actually make us feel happy and make us feel really good about ourselves. So those were my 4 top tips for dressing with confidence when your body's changed. I would love to hear from you guys if you have any other tips that you would add to this. I almost feel like this video could have a part 2 because there are other things that are kind of like coming to my mind even now when I record it, but it would be great to hear from you. I really hope this video was helpful, and if you did enjoy it, please do give it a thumbs up, share it with someone, and if you like this type of content and just want to see more content around fashion, beauty, lifestyle, motherhood, then why not subscribe to my channel? Come on, it's free. So do that, and I would love to see you in the next one. Bye.